very good afternoon.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
I think we were meeting in the morning. Yeah, we had planned
Yeah,
to
yeah, we
meet
had
in the
planned.
morning, but somehow it could not happen.
Yeah, even from couple of days, I'll say from last 1 week we were trying to have the conversation, but finally now we are on on the
Yes.
process now.
Now
Actually,
it is being possible. I'm extremely excited to have conversation with you. I welcome you on my channel. Okay, so please, before we dive into the conversation, I would love that you introduce yourself for my viewers.
first of all, thank you, ma'am, for that you accepted like my request that, and now we are like having the conversation. So yes, my name is Atul Sharma, and I'm a teacher, and I live in Delhi, and I'm having 4 years of teaching experience. And Simultaneously, I'm also preparing for civil services. So I'm basically TGT English teacher. So that's all about me. Yeah,
That's,
and I'm
that's
also eager to know about you as well. Could you please introduce
certainly,
yourself?
certainly, certainly. It's my pleasure to introduce myself in front of you too. Okay, so you know my name. Everybody, those who are going to watch, they all know my name. So I am not going to tell my name. But yes, as far as my profession is concerned, I have been a teacher for past 32 years in a regular institution, and for 2 years I have been teaching online. So altogether, you can say that I have 34 years of experience in teaching in various schools, and most of the schools were convent schools. Okay, and now I'm a retired teacher sitting right in front of you. And after retirement, only I thought of making myself busy, and I started a YouTube channel named Grammarwithmanjumam, where I upload conversation videos and grammar topics. And I'm enjoying my retired life. I can say thoroughly I'm enjoying it, because I had never thought that once I'll start my YouTube channel, and technically I'm so poor, so weak, and I can manage these things and I can connect with these many people, because it was not at all in my guts to know what is a Skype, because
Yeah,
WhatsApp was so very friendly that everything was manageable by WhatsApp. Okay, so I got to know
yeah.
about Skype once I started my journey. I have a small family of four: my husband, my two children, and me. I am from Lucknow. That I forgot to tell you. I'm from Lucknow.
Okay, superb, ma'am. I mean, I'm extremely happy to have the conversation with you as well. And yeah, like that's great. I mean, like meeting with the person who having the vast, no, I mean, the experience. I mean, in the teaching field, because I'm also in the teaching field, and like currently I'm also still teaching in Mata Sudevi Public School in Delhi itself. So they are like, and I think we could have a lot of things to share. I mean, when it comes to like student part, like the kind of I'll say the kind of problem or the kind of struggle is there, to make the student like to teach or like to hold them. So a lot of things. Yeah. So I'm also excited
Yeah,
to
same
have
here.
the
I'm
conversation.
also excited that I'm going to talk with a teacher. Yeah, because I always
Yeah.
feel privileged when I connect with a teacher. Although when I connect with anybody, I feel that I learn quite a lot from everyone. But yes, when I connect with a teacher, I think that I'm going to talk something which is very simple for me. I have been enjoying for past 34 years in various ways. While teaching also, we learn quite a lot from our students, from our parents,
Sure.
from the situations which we get in the school campus, in the classroom situation. Okay, so I have learned quite a lot. So I feel that sometimes if I can help someone with my experience, whatever I have experienced. Yeah, so if you have any questions related to teaching or school, or if you have in your mind that you will ask me, you can go ahead with that. Otherwise, I'm all set to throw my
Yeah.
questions.
Definitely, I'm having couple of questions that I would like to put front of you. So yeah, like as I told you that I don't have a like vast span of time having in the teaching field. Like as I mentioned that it's been 4 years in the teaching field for me. So my first question, have you ever felt the kind of kind of trouble to handle the student? I mean, and how you used to handle to the student when like in the like in person, like how like because we know that in the classroom you won't find the like student being in the same the nature, the behavior. So I mean, there would be bunch of student who would try to distract your classes or make you or try to make you frustrated or fed up like that. So I want you to discuss kind of situation and how did you handle. So I'm excited to know that how did you
Question.
cope up with that.
Yeah. Very good
Thank you.
question, Atul. I would love to answer this question. As you know that I started teaching in the year 1990. Okay.
Yeah.
And you are teaching in this period. Okay. At this time.
Yeah.
So my experience when I started my teaching career and your experience when you started your teaching career just 4 years back. I'm going to share my experience when I started 34 years back. It's not easy at all to enter in the classroom the very first day. It's not at all easy because everything is new. Being a student is different and being a teacher is different. Knowing something is quite different from letting others know something. You know noun
That's
and
quite
you teach noun. These two are quite different things. Okay.
it.
You started 4 years back, so you might be having troublesome students in the class, pampered students in the
Yeah.
class, little naughty students in the class. When I started that time, there was a kind of respect for teachers, more respect. Today also students have respect. I don't say that they don't have, but more of friendly kind of relationship is there, isn't it? Teacher and
Yeah.
students means friends. But when I
Yeah.
started, there was a kind of the teacher has come. They have to respect.
Yeah.
If teacher says something wrong in the class, something if the teacher pronounces wrong, then also students knew it, but they never had dare to tell that ma'am, you
Yeah.
spoke something wrong. Ma'am, you went wrong that. But now children are quite open up. Yeah, they don't find it. Yes, if they feel that sir has gone wrong or ma'am has gone wrong, they will immediately stop you and they will try to correct you, sometimes politely, sometimes even making fun of you. Yes,
Yes.
pulling your
I
leg,
mean, yes. Yeah. I
depending on
mean,
which class are you dealing with. Okay, if you are teaching to
yes.
senior students, I'm talking about that. Small kids, they have all the respect for teachers even today also. Yeah,
Yes. Today.
they think that
Yeah.
teacher means 100% right. Teacher has said something, that is brahmavakya. In Hindi we call it
Yeah.
brahmavakya. Okay, like that
Yes.
has
Yes.
to be followed. Parents say that should be followed or not, but if teacher has said means it has to be. Okay, so this kind of behavior, but still your question was that when some naughty kids, those who try to distract you from teaching, how can we control them? So
Yes.
recently, just 2 years back, I got retired, so I faced even those kind of children too. Okay, and I was not only a teacher. For past 10 years I was a coordinator too in my school. Okay, so I have the experience of all the classes, not only where I was teaching, rather different teachers from different sections, they were sharing their problems and issues in the classroom, and we were sitting together and trying to solve it out, that how can we handle these situations, how can we call the parents, and how positively we can put the problem in front of parents, because it's not simple that you tell something against someone's child, they don't digest. Yeah, they always think that my
Yes.
child is superb, my child is the best. It is good that you feel that your child is good, but we being parents, being teachers, we should see both the aspects, the plus points as well as the minus point. Okay, so
Negative point. Yes.
everybody being teachers, we also have some negative points. In the same way,
Yeah.
students also have some negative points. So we need to have a strategy that how can we discuss this problem. Alone we can't solve. In the classroom, one single teacher cannot solve. We need to discuss these things, that how others are facing and trying to solve it out. And it is very important to discuss some critical problems with the senior authorities like principal, vice principal, coordinators, section in charges, and then we should take
Yes.
initiative to do something. This is the right approach towards solving any issues in the classroom. If you do anything, you take initiative alone and you call parents and you discuss everything and nobody knows it, and if the things go wrong, then it will be a difficult situation for you. So it is Good that you understand the child, that what type of child is. Deal really friendly. Only that approach can work today. You have to be very friendly with your students. Once they will understand that this teacher, this ma'am, this sir, they are not, he or she is not going to pull me down. Although I'm not a good student, I'm an average student, but I'm very important for my sir. I'm very important for ma'am. So you have to make them feel that you are important for me. You have to build trust in your students. That is very important. Once you have built up that trust, then nothing goes wrong. They understand you, and make the things clear in the very first class that I am this kind of person. This is what is my expectations in the classroom. If you go beyond it, things can go wrong. And what you say
Yes.
that you do. Sometimes it happens, teachers say, if you do this, I'll take you to sister principal. I'll take you to vice principal. I'll call your parents. But teachers don't do it. Never ever do it. What you say, must do it. Or you don't say. Yes, this is what I feel. And that's how you can solve every problem.
Definitely a lot of things has been changed. And as you mentioned, second thing, like we need to be what we are asking or what we are saying to the student, we need to abide by that. So because like, yeah, I'm able to realize that also, because there had been a couple of moments where I told that if you don't do this, I'll call your parents. And I mean, couple of days I didn't do that. So they keep doing the same thing, but the next day I did. And the next day, I mean, after that, they were not doing that. So yeah, I totally, I mean, able to resonate what you are saying to me, really.
This I
But
told you
still I,
out of my experience, because
yeah,
once
yeah,
during COVID, when online classes started, and those days
yes,
children were taking advantage of online classes, because
yes,
they were able to do whatever they wanted to. Behind the camera, they can do anything. They can keep the camera off, yeah, and they can go
yes,
anywhere. You keep on calling, ma'am, there is network issue. Okay. So once
yes,
or twice what I did, straight away in the class of 50 sitting in the classroom, I used to take class on laptop. So I used my mobile and I called the child's parents. Then and there, child was at home, parents were at home. So mother picked up the phone and she says, ma'am, you are taking class. He said that ma'am is not taking class. She said that there is network issue. Now you see, I did it for one child, but all
yeah,
50 sitting in the classroom, they got afraid of that this teacher doesn't only say, yeah, this teacher
yes,
doesn't only say, she really abide by it and she does it. So they had a kind of fear that ma'am can call my parents and things will be revealed. Yeah, so we
yes,
have to be
yes,
tricky at times.
yes,
Every
yes, yes.
time, same strategy doesn't work. Yes.
Doesn't work. Yeah. I
Yes.
mean, with the time you have to, like you will get to know the different kind of situation, and where you will have the different kind of, outlook to the, I mean, situation. So definitely, yeah. And as we know that the life is all about learning and, guiding someone. So we learn, and as you said one thing, like we need to be in a collaboration. As like suppose I'm facing particular problem, so I should discuss with my, I mean, seniors, and I mean others may be also suffering the same kind of situation, and we should discuss, coordinate with each other, and we can find out the best outcome from the like, I mean, for the
Yes.
solution. Yeah, definitely it should be there. With teachers also we see a lot of conflict are there. But although I don't want to discuss that, so because that's not, I think that should not be the
This is
like discussion
society.
point.
This is society, and politics is even in our house, in one small family. When we deal
Yeah,
with all different 100 teachers coming from 100 families, so certainly there will be different kind of mindsets, different kind of
yeah,
approaches. So you will have all types of people, but still we have to understand that how being teacher we can deal with every situation. Okay. Is your mobile is shaking? I think
yeah, a bit
it's
tilting,
not
like
at
just
one place. It is not fixed at one place. Just keep it at one place. It's okay now. It's okay.
yeah.
Okay. So tell me something interesting about your teaching career. 4 years you taught. So anything interesting or something surprising, something what you want to share here, your experience, or maybe something interesting about your students?
Of course, of course. Teaching is like I'll say that 30 or 40% is of your work. I mean, 60% is your other work. Like you are the part of assembly committee, you're the part of excursion committee, part of like so many committees. Like so, there you have to work in a different way. I mean, committee you have to work as the house in charge, where like if there's any kind of celebration like Diwali is there or the other festival is around the corner, so you have to plan. I mean, kind of activities accordingly. So many competition will be held under your guidance, so you have to take care of the student and the the teacher also, those who will prepare to the student. So as a I mean, I was the in charge of assembly committee also, and the house committee also. So I can relate, like a lot of things are there. And there have been couple of moments where I have been, giving some kind of quotation or the kind of motivational speech to the student. At that moment, I used to get the goosebumps in my, like, and when I'm delivering or saying something, I'm addressing to the student. So these were the moment where I'm cherishing, or I would be cherishing like whole my life. Thank you.
It's nice, actually. Yeah, being the head of anything, there are houses in the school. So sometimes
Yeah.
we get a chance to become house masters and house mistresses. So then
Yeah.
again, your responsibilities are different. You need to keep your house always on top. No, we don't wish to be at second place or third place, isn't it? And for that,
Yeah.
you have to do lot many things. You have to have unity among your students, among your house people, your house teachers, and then strategies to be made together, that how can we become different from others so that our house
Others.
stands at the top.
So, ma'am, like you have been teaching in like Lucknow itself. I mean,
Yeah,
have been
yeah.
in
I have been teaching in Lucknow only.
Okay, that's great. I mean, and, even being retired, also still you are working and like showering your knowledge you are happy that you possess, so that you are showering to the student or the your audience. Also, quite amazing and superb job, I'll say. I mean, so that's quite like quite
Thank you
interesting. I
so
mean,
much. It's my pleasure
uh,
that
uh,
I am helping others. 4 years of time is a quite
yeah, it's
long.
not a, yeah. Even the time you started, I was not born. Like I'm just 25 years, so I'll say. Yeah,
Yes.
maybe I would have been the student of yours if I would be listening to you somewhere.
No, my students are still happy. They are still connected. Yes. So I enjoyed every bit of my teaching career. I never regret about that I could have become an IAS. My father was always saying that my daughter is extraordinary and she can become somewhere class one officer. But I got married when I was in intermediate class. So you can understand, being the part of joint family, although my family was very supportive, so I could complete my graduation pass course, then honors, and then masters, and then NTT and B.Ed, and then I was allowed to even teach. So that was a great thing for me. So I could not become an IAS, but still I feel that I'm no less than an IAS, because I made many IAS, many engineers, many doctors. Yeah, so I could not become. That's perfectly all right. My destiny brought me here. Wherever I am, I'm thoroughly enjoying it. So that's enough for me. And after retirement, I'm doing, just you can say that I'm greedy. Yes, I'm doing
Yes,
it for
yes,
my sake. I want to
yes,
stay
ma'am.
connected
That's
with people. I want to stay busy. And because of that, I have started. And this is a kind of freelancing. Whenever I'm free, I feel like that I can afford some time. I can give some time. That time, I'm just giving it to certain learners. I'm having sessions. And yes, the best part that I'm taking online classes. So that is also I'm enjoying, because I feel that I can teach. I have learned so much of grammar. What is the use of it if I die? Yes, so at least before that I can spread it. Now
yes,
people can learn because people have social media, people have mobile,
social media.
people have internet. Okay, so they can say that I can learn without knowing grammar, because they can
Yes, ma'am.
access anything, everything at any corner of the world.
Yes,
Yes,
yes, ma'am. Of
so
course.
we were not
Yes,
surrounded by people or surrounded by English environment. So we
yes,
learn
ma'am.
through grammar. And if it can be learnt without grammar, it's fantastic because it's language.
Yes,
But
ma'am.
the thing is, as we learned Hindi, how can we learn English in the same manner? Do we speak
It's
English
not.
with our family members? Do we speak in
No, we
English
don't.
with our friends, our relatives? No. Then how is it
It's quite.
possible? And this is the reason that we are creating artificial environment. Why Atul is connecting with Manju and Manju is connecting with Atul? To enhance
Yes,
English
ma'am.
speaking skills.
Yeah.
Yes. So
Yes,
it is
ma'am.
important to speak as much
Yes.
as possible. So
Yes,
I
ma'am.
think it's
I mean,
time
that's
for wrapping up the session. If you have any last question.
yeah. Really, I enjoyed the session. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Atul. It was enjoyable for me too.